very much in favor of the counting of points.
Does it work for you? No.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your favorite figure skating podcast, where we talk about all the things that make us kiss, make us cry, and make us apologize. And that is correct. I am here to apologize. Women, hold your tongues. Don't snicker or sneer. Oh, I already have one gone.
Oh, the number of times in my life I've been told to hold my tongue.
If I had a nickel.
Snicker or sneer.
Well, I owe you guys 10 cents, a nickel for both. I want to begin this podcast with, I am okay. I am fine. So, okay, this is what went down.
Is this going to take 10 minutes?
This is going to be the whole podcast, and then I'm going to say goodbye. It has been great. So, yes, the fires in LA were happening last week, and they did get very close to my house, but we were very lucky, but like 2.5 miles from us is like gone. To create a little bit more normalcy, and so that I wasn't freaking out and going crazy, Sarah offered, please send me the audio to the podcast. Let me edit it. And I said, no, I'm fine, as I'm inhaling smoke. And I'm going, no, let me do it. So I did it. And if you noticed last week, it did sound like Sarah was kind of calling in from outer space on about 10-minute lag, where you can hear her echo and then you hear her speak. That is my fault. So if it sounded like Sarah was not on the same page as us, it's because she wasn't, but it's because I turned the page on her. And so I'd like to publicly offer my apology to Sarah. One, thank you for for helping me distract myself. And two, I'm sorry that I distracted the entire audience from everything you had to say for about 30 to 45 minutes to about the whole podcast. Do you accept my apology?
I do. I had
Thank you.
accepted it a week ago, but I accept it now publicly again.
And it's important we do all of this publicly. And so I appreciate that. And so now, welcome back to the podcast. I am here, and I have been forgiven by Sarah Hughes. I'm also here with Ashley Wagner, who has been told to hold her tongue.
Yeah, I've been waiting to be permissed to speak.
She's been waiting to be permitted to sneer or what did you say?
Snicker.
No sneering or snickering.
Which
Now
did
you can.
happen immediately, I will say.
I've been known to snicker.
How are you guys? How are you feeling? What are we feeling? Because this is the Nationals draft episode week.
I'm feeling some adrenaline. Some of that adrenaline that Alyssa Liu has talked about. I feel it running through my veins.
You get it.
It's coursing through me. Yes.
You're going to pierce your own upper lip on the inside.
I might. I won't.
I will. I'm going to ask Alyssa to pierce my lip.
She would probably do that for you.
It feels like it would be done Barry Parent Trap style, but
100%.
in a way that she hasn't seen Parent Trap. Or she's seen the reboot.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a reboot? That
No.
seems like a movie where there would be a reboot.
I don't think that there was, though. I think that was the original is the one.
There's
no,
an
well,
original.
the original is not the original.
Sorry.
Yes.
The Lindsay Lohan one is the one. But
It
I
is the
don't think
one.
they have remade it since the Lindsay Lohan one. That's what I meant.
They
Doesn't
haven't.
it feel like Disney would have been like the Parent Trap, like, and it just stayed on the Disney platform?
I don't know. That movie was so perfect the way it was.
I believe that you're right, that it feels like something that they would do, but I know for a fact that it's not.
They're planning to remake it.
No.
I
Yeah.
don't endorse
I don't want to
that.
see CGI twins. I
No.
don't want that.
Lindsay Lohan has expressed interest in this reboot, so you know what?
Maybe she'll be the Meredith stepmom character.
I was way too old before I realized that Lindsay Lohan was not a twin. It took me a while. Like, I was still a kid, but it took me a while.
Lindsay Lohan did an interview, I don't know, I think it was pretty recently actually, where she was talking about this movie, maybe with Andy Cohen. And she said that she went to, some Disney party that they had for the premiere of the movie. And this guy, I want to say it was like Bob Iger or somebody who's very,
Bob
very
Iger.
high up
It was
at
someone
Disney
high up, yeah.
was like, "Where's your twin?" And she's like, "You should be paying me double. There isn't one."
Yes, it was Bob Iger, and it was on Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah,
And it's
Okay.
insane. We're still well, her twin is living in Dubai. So she does have one, and she did deserve to be paid double.
Okay, I want to talk about something that I feel like the people of the internet are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we can use this to get into our preview of US championships.
Mm-hmm.
If we were to start with the men
Mm-hmm.
and start with Ilya Malinin.
The man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Ilya.
Wow, there's a lot of deep breaths. I'm not prepared
because
for
you don't
this.
know. I'm just trying to think of the best way to explain this. Probably a lot of people listening do know about this. As most people know, Ilya has started making some of his own merch this season, like Quad God stuff and whatever else. After the Grand Prix final, where he won with 7 mostly under-rotated quads, he wore a hoodie that I guess he had printed that had his Grand Prix final free skate protocol
On the
on
back.
it. Yeah. With all of the Qs and unders and
Wait, it did?
yes.
Wait, I love that.
I will say I did see someone online say some of you guys complaining about Ilya's behavior wouldn't have survived Ashley Wagner.
Okay, I saw this tweet and I responded to it
Because your bad behavior still continues. That's why you responded to it. Okay, my hot take is 1, this is so stupid. And 2, unfortunately, I love when people do stupid
I love
things.
it.
I think it's so stupid and idiotic. Like, it's... Why?
Why not? I'd buy it.
I love a I don't know if I'd
I
even
wouldn't
call
buy
it
it.
controversial, but just like a discussion inducing character in the sport is fun to have. Do we like that he is seemingly like either making a joke out of it? I can't tell if he's complaining about the calls or if he's sort of joking about them. Like, it's hard for me to get a read on what the tone is.
The best part is that the tone is deaf. Because you can't understand what the reasoning is.
Right.
There's no real clear thought of like what was the message you were trying to get across, which is
Right.
why the insane and the craziness of it is just that you're out of your fucking mind.
I think it's a message to the haters.
But wait, Sarah,
What?
what is your opinion on the hoodie?
On the
Will you
hoodie?
be wearing
well,
one?
I think would I wear it?
Yes.
Like if I were him or if I were me?
If you were you, God willing, if you were you, would you
If
wear
I
it?
were me, I would wear it because I think that would be funny.
Exactly.
If I were him, I don't think that I would wear
Would you
it.
pay for it though?
If I were him, there wouldn't be enough money in the world for me to put that thing on.
No.
If I were him, there would
Right.
be
If I
not
were him,
a
I wouldn't
dollar
wear it.
amount.
If I were me right now, I would wear it.
Well, because this is also wait. I just want to go back.
Because it's funny. It's chaotic. It's like,
It's insane.
yeah.
Because the thing is that if I were him, this is why I like it, because this is just never the route I would go. If I were him, I would just do everything in my power to make people forget I've ever done an under-rotated jump in my life. I would just make them forget instead of wearing it on my back.
I don't know. He did under-rotated jumps and he still won. There's also something to be
So
said
just
about
remind them that you won.
right.
Don't remind them how you won.
I don't know. There's something like I'm so good that even when I'm bad, I win. That's the
Do you
message.
think that's
Yeah.
the message?
That's the only thing that makes sense. Otherwise,
See, I feel like I more tend to think the message is like I'm being, I'm getting
Posed.
underscored. Yeah. Which I don't know if that's just my take because my take is being biased by the things that his manager says to the press. Like Ari is always saying he's not getting the scores he deserves and whatever. Ilya is not the one saying that. So maybe it's unfair to like ascribe that to him, but
like
that's how
the
it
problem
feels.
has never been rotations for him. Like he's not famously critiqued for his under rotations.
Agreed. So maybe all the more reason he's annoyed to have gotten all these calls. I don't know.
I don't know. I look at it and I'm like, what's the cockiest approach we can take?
Well, I can tell you what it's not, is getting a Fruit of the Loom black sweatshirt and slapping on a giant piece of plastic to the back. I can tell you that is...
Can't hate the hustle.
Yeah, but you can hate the hassle.
The quality.
Because that has got to be a hassle to make sure that plastic in the back doesn't crack.
He's not doing that. He's not ironing on.
He's
His
got to know
protocol.
someone. He's got to know someone.
So my read is that figure skating fans who don't know him, personally, who are just watching like us, are sort of in the exact state of mind that we're in, where we're a little bit puzzled, a little bit humored, a little bit like, but who is the target audience that gets it and is like, that's awesome? I want to know who it is, because I feel like it's a joke just for him.
Wait, are these actually for sale? Are these for sale?
I don't know. He posted himself wearing one.
$115.
Wait, they are for sale?
Well, okay, I can't trust Twitter. But Ilya Malinin Daily.
I've never been to that website.
Listen.
Wait, are you on the website?
There's got to be a real website, Ashley. Get off Twitter.
And get onto the web.
$115?
Is that
for a
legit? That's
Are
from the
you
website?
sure, or is that Twitter?
I trust Ilya Malinin Daily, the Ilya Society.
Go to a major link.
Ilya's merch can be purchased by the USFS merch stand. There will be no jerseys at Skate America. Okay. They will be available at US Nationals, though.
So we'll do some investigating in Kansas, maybe, of what the price is. And by we, I mean you guys. You two will do it because you're going. But we will confirm what the pricing and designs available are in Wichita, and then we can make a final determination.
Yes.
Again, a woman or a gay. Add one or both to your team, and a lot of your problems would be solved.
Yeah, but I've got to say something. A woman or a gay would go, don't make the hoodie. And I'm glad we have the hoodie.
A gay would say make the hoodie.
A gay would say make the hoodie. You're saying it.
Yeah, okay, that's true. But I would say make it pettier, because it's unclear if you're trying to be petty or proud.
Maybe that's the point. Maybe it's supposed to be ambiguous.
It's a conversation
That
piece. This
would
is
require
art. This
more
is performance
critical
art.
thinking. Yes, you're right. Figure skating is an art. Do not tell an artist how to paint its pickled pepper.
Oh, yeah. Ashley, did you see this? Ilya posted on his story that said just a black screen with text that said, figure skating is an art. Don't tell a painter how to paint their painting. So that's where we are.
No, it's very, it's so...
He's a fascinating individual.
Yes.
And hard for me to figure out.
Yeah.
Art is meant to be interpreted differently by different people and critiqued differently by different people. And you have to have a thick skin for that. Not everybody is going to like your skating. Not everybody is going to like your art. And, you do what feels right to you, and you let people like it or dislike it and just stand on the quality of what it is. Everybody, I think, is allowed to not like the art. And I'm not saying I do or don't. I'm just saying, I feel like sometimes skaters interpret a critique or a dislike of a program as being told what to do with their artistry.
Right.
And
or
I don't
a personal
think that that's
attack
what it is.
on them. It's not ever that.
Yeah.
Also, stop shining the spotlight on your weaknesses. Like you said, I think a couple of episodes, Adam, the smartest thing Ari could actually be doing, instead of highlighting his jumps, is highlight, but have you seen him perform?
Or have you seen his merch?
Or have you seen his $115 hoodie?
But have you seen his merch?
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's true. I agree with you, Ashley.
But you know what? To play devil's advocate to what I've said is that, what Sarah was saying, we're actually talking about it. We probably wouldn't be talking about somebody doing a positive PR spin on their own skating.
It's true.
Because it's been done before.
Well, and my thing is I feel like Adam and I maybe were talking about this around the Grand Prix final. I think that Ilya has made big strides artistically in the artistic direction that he wants to go. It's a
Mhm.
different direction than a lot of skaters are gonna go or have gone or have been successful going. That doesn't mean that it's wrong or bad. I think he's done a really good job at leaning into what works for him. And it's like come through a lot in, like you said, him as a performer. Like I think he's gotten more engaging on the ice. That's what I would be talking about. They are just a little clunky in the way they're trying to make this point, but I think like there is a point to be made that's like he's doing something that is different than what a lot of skaters are offering, and he's doing it really well, and he's like bringing out a new aspect of figure skating. I think sometimes they trend towards making it sound a little like figure skating needs more straight men kind of thing.
This is always the way that it goes, where it's like we finally have to take it back from the Nancys and sissies. Like,
right. And
always
instead
goes
of just
back this
celebrating
way.
it as art, which is like, if you're going to say it's art, then like, that's what I would be out there saying. Like to your point, Ashley, just like talk about him being a good performer.
You know, what we're talking about reminds me a little bit of when the Olympics in Paris were happening and the reaction to like Steven Nodorozic. And he's so not your typical U.S. male gymnast who you've seen at the last few Olympics, where they're like meaty meatball.
Right. To see a slightly different body type, a slightly different personality type represented on that stage. Boys gymnastics signups shot up after that happened.
Not all men are bred for war.
Right.
It's just like, no, can't just people just skate?
Yeah, people can just skate.
Yeah, it does just feel like it's very like, look, he's the straight all-American kid. And it's just like, what if we just let your skating do the work and stop trying so hard to be anything? Just be an athlete. That's really
And I don't even
exciting
think
to
that's
watch.
on Ilya. I think that's really
No,
like
it's
the
not. I'm
conversation
not-
that just always happens.
It's his team. It's major media outlets too. I think it's like, it's just an easy trap to fall in of like categorizing athletes in that way.
But then it just
instead
makes
of-
them boring to me.
Yeah, I agree. I
That's
think
fair.
Yeah.
To be straight is so boring.
You
And
would
it
know.
gets you less points.
It really does. I suffered as well.
Yeah,
the
a
straight
victim.
deduction, famously.
I will say, I think in general, like Canadian nationals are this week. We'll talk more about those in post after that happens. But I think like Canadian and U.S. nationals are both suffering a little from like a lot of injuries in these fields. Yeah, why don't we start with the men, because we're already here. I think this is a runaway event for Ilya, and then we'll see what happens. What do you guys think?
I think it's a runaway event for Ilya, and I think this is a huge opportunity for Torgashev to become this silver medalist over Jason Brown. This is a real opportunity.
This is where he makes his move.
He got fourth last year. He has had a better international season than Jason has. Like the door is as open as it's ever been.
This is just a golden opportunity for him to set himself up to be on the Olympic team and in the team event for an Olympic medal.
Yeah, I think he's the natural pick right now for an Olympic team member. I think the point that you're making about being in the team event, I think that's a really good point to make, that if you want to start getting an eye on being put on that team potentially, depending on what happens with Ilya and what events he decides to skate in, I think that's a really good point.
Yeah, I mean, Jason has had a lot of consistency trouble this year with the triple axel in particular. He doesn't do a quad. And I think it's starting now to affect, I mean, maybe not at nationals, but it's started to affect his components a little bit. Just to have, especially because he normally opens these programs with axles and they don't go well. It just kind of messes up the vibe of the program from the start.
Yeah.
I think he'll still, Jason should still outscore all these people in components at nationals, including Ilya. But I mean, I don't know if he will, but he should. But I think like in terms of technical, there's no reason that Andrew should not be second. There's really no reason.
This is the first season that Jason did the Grand Prix since the Olympic season in 2021, 22. So he has really taken on a lot more. And he needs to, because if he wants to skate next season and be on the 2026 Olympic team, he's going to need to skate a full season so that he has the criteria to be on the Olympic team. So I think that this nationals for him is going to be a real marker in, was he able to regroup and get ready for nationals? He totally can. And it makes sense to me that he struggled through the Grand Prix. It's just, it's a timing and it's a pacing that he wasn't used to for the last 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, he could show up and do 2 perfect programs.
And it's a comfortable event for him. I loved coming into nationals because it just felt like home. You know how the competition's going to feel. It's so consistent across the board. So I would imagine this is going to be a great event for him, but it's been a tough season. He does need to really pull it together for this event and get things back on track. 2 skaters that I just will forever have a soft spot in my heart. I'm so excited to see Max Naumov and also Samuel Mindra.
Oh, I love little Samuel. Yeah, me too.
I know. He's not as little as you think, though. I think he's
I guess that's true. I just think of him from when he first came to nationals, and he was. Yeah, I think I love Max Naumov. I feel like he has a components issue that is going to hold him back. He has like a decently consistent quad, I think, that he opens his programs with. But I think the components are an issue for him internationally. And I don't know how that's going to play out in Wichita, if they're going to kind of take a cue from the way he scored internationally or not. But I mean, he got second last year because the door was left open.
I think 2 dark horses in the event for me, I think of Camden is going to be hot or cold. And the way that it's been trending feels like it will be cold, but you never know. And also Jacob Sanchez. He just won the junior Grand Prix
I love
final.
Jacob Sanchez.
This is a year before the Olympics. If somebody could be that like wild card to make an Olympic team, it's an incoming junior who has a lot of momentum behind them.
Jacob Sanchez is such a like infectious performer. He's very fun to watch. He wears a vest in his short program, which feels very Canadian men. Honestly, Canada could use him. But
no, we need the recruits. They just got Deanna Stellato Dudek. We're not giving more people away.
I'm not offering him. I'm saying Canada could use him. I'm not offering him up.
Well, last year they could have used a real arena for Canadians and not some rec center. That was crazy. It's not at the rec center this year, is it?
I have no idea where it is.
Well, we'll follow that up in post.
Yeah, I really like Jacob Sanchez. I have had a consistent soft spot for Daniel Martinov, who I really like. He has a quad toe that he's putting at the top of his programs. It doesn't seem like it's super consistent yet, so I don't know, but I really like him. And I would love to see him jump up and do better than he did last year. I think he got 8th or 9th last year at Nationals. So that would be nice. He just did the Tallinn Trophy in Estonia and he got second, but he got second behind Jacob Sanchez, who got first. So the men's field, I feel like has not changed year to year in a while.
No,
like this
it's pretty consistent.
Milan quad has been kind of the same names. So you have like Tomoki Iwatashi, Joseph Klein even like has made it repeatedly. Jimmy Ma is here again. You know, it's a pretty consistent field.
This will be Jacob's first senior nationals, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, one other man that I love watching him every single year is Goku.
Oh yeah.
No one on earth loves figure skating more than Goku.
I will say, I think I am excited to see what you think of seeing Jacob Sanchez live, Ashley, because he comes off as really, really having fun while he's performing too.
Wait, so one of the coaches that I work with here on Nantucket, she was one of his baby coaches. So I've actually been hearing about Jacob. She's going to Wichita to watch him. I've been hearing about Jacob since I started working here because she's like, my little baby Jacob, I'm so proud. So I'm really excited to see him.
Who would you like to talk about next, Ashley? Pick a discipline. Any discipline.
Let's do women.
Okay. Let's do women. Well, the big story in the women, Isabola Vito out. How are the Isabarbs?
I mean, we'd like to
Unwell.
hear from you, Isabarbs. I mean, we are Isabarbs here on this show, but
Can you be an Isabarb and a Glenhead?
I think
Of
so.
course you can.
I'm both then.
We're both of those.
I like them both.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
absolutely can be. It's toxic to think you have to choose one.
No,
I
don't tell a
think.
painter how to paint their painting. You can be an Isabarb and a Glenhead.
How many
Yeah.
more times do you think you could get the word painter or painting into one sentence? As a painter, I don't like to be painted into a corner about my painting that I'm painting
Having painted my entire painting career.
life. Yeah.
When we last talked about this last week, we were kind of like, is she going to come? Because
Mhm.
nobody's heard from her since she got injured and missed her second Grand Prix.
Well, since New Jersey became Old Jersey.
Just
Just
Jersey.
Jersey.
Just
It's
Jersey.
just Jersey now.
Now
Um,
it's just Lindsay Thorngren territory.
Isn't Brady Tennell also training in New Jersey? Or did I make that up?
I don't know if you've made that up, but that does sound right. I actually have no idea where she's training. Ireland.
Yes, for authenticity's sake.
Yeah, I thought that maybe she was spending some time in New Jersey, but I don't know for sure now. No Isabeau, who was third at Nationals last year after a rough free skate, but obviously second at Worlds. So what do you guys think of her chances trying to petition onto the world team, which she is going to do?
I think it depends on how Sarah Everhart skates, if I'm being completely honest, how Alyssa Liu skates, how Brady Tennell skates. I think that she has a really good chance, but if these girls have just like a lights out rock star event, and we did see Isabeau. Was it Skate America?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like we haven't seen her at all. And so I think she really does have a good chance at getting that spot coming off of her second place finish at Worlds last year. But I also think they want to be mindful of who they're giving experience to the season before the Olympics. So it's also an opportunity to kind of give themselves more options.
I'm totally with you, where you'd think that, yeah, she's going to have no problem petitioning for this team, but it really is going to be, how did Brady skate? How did Sarah Everhart skate? If they were lights out, they deserve the opportunity to go to Worlds, and you'd want to send somebody to Worlds who you know is 100% healthy.
You want consistency this season. It's not about anything other than securing those 3 spots, and that's not a guarantee.
Well, and you have to think that if they left a spot for Isabeau, it would be conditional on some kind of monitoring session by a certain date to make sure that she was healthy and ready to go before they actually send her to Boston. But
I mean, if they were smart, they wouldn't name that team, and they would name the winner of nationals, and she would have to compete before, and either, because I think that Four Continents is it's later. So then it's like, do what the Russians do and have your
They
top
wait till
athletes
Europeans.
duke it out. Yeah.
and
I
that
mean-
is an example that we should be following.
The Russians.
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
It's not. It's
No.
not.
But I think right now, a really secure, in my mind, a really good and strong team at Worlds would have Amber Glenn and would have Alyssa Liu on it.
Really?
That's interesting.
I think that's
I-
your strongest, in my mind.
Alyssa was not getting international components, and I think that you have to be concerned about that as a federation, that the international judges are not signaling that they are going to score her well.
I took this as a signal of we haven't seen you in 2 years and you quit and you gave a retirement announcement all in lowercase letters. That's how I saw her.
I remember that.
components as. And if she were to show up at Worlds and skate a strong program, which I could expect her to do, I feel like the components would change. That's my perspective.
What I think they should be considering is who's going to go and stand up. Whether it's Brady, whether it's Alyssa, whether it's Sarah, they're not trying to get top 3, top 4. They're looking at 6th to 10th. And so that spot, it's about who's standing up. And if that's the case, I'd be sending Sarah.
Yeah, I mean, you have to wonder, Sarah, this would be her first Worlds in a home environment. trying to get Olympic spots. I think there's a question of like, is that the kind of pressure you want to put somebody under? I mean, that is, and it's not because I really like Sarah's skating and I like her programs and she's proven super reliable so far. I think it's just another question entirely. If you're like, we need 3 Olympic spots, go to Worlds for the first time, good luck. I mean, look, if she skates lights out at nationals and she earns it, then she earns it and it doesn't matter. But if you're sitting there on the bubble and she's like gets 4th or 3rd and Isabeau is doing clean, programs at home and is petitioning, I think that's a real question because that Isabeau is going to get the component scores and she's been there and proven it. Yeah. I think that would become a hard question. So I agree with you, Ashley. I think Isabeau's chances completely depend on how those 4 girls do.
If they are lights out, then I don't think that it's very clear.
I think it's hard, yeah.
But if they skate like the women at nationals can skate, which is...
I feel like it's hit or miss. Sometimes nationals is so amazing and they have incredible clean programs, and sometimes it is a mess. So I think we're talking around the fact that nationals feels like Amber's to lose by a long shot, similar to Ilya in the men's event.
Yeah.
Adam, there was some debate on the internet about your suggestion last week that she should think about doing 2 axles.
There's no better opportunity to try something high stakes where the stakes are so low for her. I think that Amber is obviously the favorite to get a second national title here. But if she were to try 2 axles and maybe risk it over somebody having like the performance of their career at nationals and losing that national title, I almost think it's worth it for her to get the experience because Amber's on this cusp of being the favorite for the world title heading into an Olympic season. If Amber's a world champion heading into the Olympic season, the reigning world champion at an Olympic Games, Amber has a real chance to come away with an individual medal, if not an individual gold medal. In my mind, why not? Why not try it?
Yeah, I think you're making the point that if that's something that's in their minds as something they want for the Olympics, this would be the time to see.
Completely.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that her coach, Damon Allen, is really good at, they just figured out the recipe. So I think he's really mindful of pacing her.
But also last year, the recipe was doing a double axel in the short. So they've added more into the recipe. And she's been trending in an upwards trajectory. And if you look at the mistakes she's made this season or the things that she struggled with, the axle's never been one of them.
It's not on the triple axel. Yeah, the axle's the most reliable jump in that program.
But I think right now is your golden opportunity because you can do it when like the stakes are very high. Like it's a national championships. The bright lights are there. You're not at a senior B. You're not at a rink that's dressed up like a Grand Prix. You're at a real big major competition. It could be a really great opportunity for her to do that if it's something that she's working towards, because you don't want to do it right before the Olympics, at the nationals right before. It's pretty risky to try it at the World Championships for the first time. Why not?
Go to 4 continents.
True.
I want to see how Alyssa and Brady skate at nationals under pressure in this season, because I think that will make a big difference to me in who I think should or should not be on the world's team, because it's really hard right now.
So my question is, we've talked a lot about who we think are the front runners. Some dark horses are Josephine Lee, who's the reigning silver medalist, and somebody who had a lot of talk going into the season was Elise Lynn Gracie. What happens if they skate lights out?
Josephine Lee has not competed a ton this season, so I have questions about her. I don't know if she's injured. I don't know. I'm just saying things out loud. I'm not saying that she's injured or not, but she hasn't competed a ton. And I was looking through her Instagram earlier, and she had thanked a team doctor repeatedly in different posts from this season. So I'm wondering if there was maybe an injury. So that makes me a little less feeling like I know what to expect from her. But obviously last year she showed us the potential. I mean, what do you guys think of Elise from watching her on the Grand Prix.
I think best case scenario for her is that she skates well and she's on the 4 continents team.
Agreed.
Going to the World Championships in an Olympic season, trying to get spots for an Olympic team is, I don't know if she's ready for that right now.
Well, in the Grand Prix stage, I just feel like we kind of saw her crumble because it's completely different than the senior Bs, which is why for me, I always wait when people build up this hype based on senior B performances, because it is one thing to be lights out at Ice House in Milan. It's another thing to get onto a Grand Prix stage and skate a clean program. And we didn't see her do that. And so I don't think right now, and it wouldn't be smart, I don't think that USFS would send her to Worlds even with a great skate, because she has been completely unreliable on the grander stages.
I think Lindsay Thorngren is in the same position.
Totally.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Not a great Grand Prix season. So
No.
the reliability, unless she were to like win nationals, I think she probably doesn't end up being able to go to Worlds. I am excited to see Sherry Jang, who won Pacific Coast Sectionals. She's 16 and is not going to go to Worlds or anything, but has some really, really good jumps and is also has some really good falls at sectionals. But really, like, my jaw dropped when I watched her short program and how big her triple flip and triple lutz were. And she's like showed more commitment to her choreography than I feel like a lot of this field is going to show. So I'm excited to watch her on a bigger stage. So she's one. I have questions about Mia Callan.
I wanted to ask about what she had done this season. She
landed the first quadruple jump at nationals, first clean quadruple jump done by a woman at nationals.
Yeah, I haven't seen her programs this season, full disclosure. I think she's in a similar situation as Josephine Lee, where there haven't been a ton of competitions that she's been at. So she's a bit of a question mark to me too. But yeah, I mean, the quad toe alone is reason enough to be excited to see her. Star Andrews is back. There are several other women who we've seen at nationals before. Sonia Hilmer,
my fave.
Ashley's favorite. Yeah, she's back. And hopefully doesn't get on a practice session with Amber Glenn.
Or anywhere near a cryo freeze. Because, you know, when the three of those combine, they all end up in the hospital.
So yeah, this field, I wish Isabeau was going to compete. I wish
too.
Ava was going to compete. Claire Sio also withdrew. I still think this field is interesting
I do too.
and fun.
I think it is going to be fun.
There are so many different ways it could go.
Totally.
All right, let's go to pairs quickly. In each discipline, there is an overwhelming favorite in a way that I don't know if there's ever been an overwhelming favorite like this before, where like catastrophe would have to happen for these favorites not to win.
I feel like pairs is the event that has the least overwhelming favorite. And even though I think you're right, Adam, like Ellie Kim and Danny O'Shea seem like the favorite. They won last year. They went to the Grand Prix final last month and I think acquitted themselves pretty well at the Grand Prix final. I mean, they were landing throws in the free skate, which is a big
And they hadn't been doing
step
that.
forward. Yeah. But I do think like Emily Chan and Spencer Howe withdrew from nationals last year. Like they could give them a little run for their money. Audrey Shin and Balaj Naj. We haven't seen them much, but they did pretty well at Golden Spin just last month. So I think this one, because the pairs are unpredictable, I think if Ellie and Danny skate decently, they should win. But I could see it going another way.
Totally. I mean, that's exactly my thoughts on this field. That I think that it's an opportunity for Ellie and Danny to improve upon their really positive showing at the Grand Prix final. It's an opportunity for Emily Chan and Spencer Howe to finally be back on the scene after being in the top 5 at the World Championships. And it's an opportunity for us to see Audrey and Balaj, who I think I've been really excited to see them at nationals specifically this year, where they've had more time to skate together. They've had a few competitions under their belt. I think there's a lot of potential there. I really liked Audrey as a singles skater, and I know Balaj is a really sturdy and solid pair skater, so I think that there's a lot to be excited about with them. And also, I remember watching Nationals last year, and I really liked Katie McBeath and Daniil Parkman a lot, too.
Don't forget, Alisa Yefimova and Misha Mitrofanov got second last year, and we haven't even mentioned them, but they got third and fourth at their 2 Grand Prix assignments this fall, and that's better results than Emily and Spencer got. So, I mean, they're in the mix to me too. And yeah, so this one I feel like is very, like, there's not a runaway winner necessarily.
As we're talking about it, I'm thinking, oh my God, wait, is pairs the most exciting competition? In a way, it's the most open.
In terms of a winner, yes. I think for like second and third, the singles events are really exciting. But like, yeah. I think for a winner, this is the one that's the biggest question.
Because I'm questioning myself. I'm going, why is my heart starting to race when I'm talking about Ellie Cam and Danny O'Shea
pairs
against Katie McBeath and Daniil Parkman? And it's because it is exciting. It really, the winner could really be anybody.
Pairs always does make my heart race, and not always for the right reasons.
No, sometimes for the wrong.
But sometimes for the right reasons.
When it's good, you famously say this, when it's good, it's the best discipline.
This is my favorite. Yeah, I think a great pairs program is the best kind of program in figure skating, and a bad pairs program is the worst kind.
All right, let's quickly talk about the dance before we get right into our draft.
Madison Chalk and Evan Bates are going to win nationals, and I think
yes.
I don't feel like there's really a question there.
It feels weird to say that as a fact, but it is a fact.
I mean,
they just ran away with the Grand Prix final.
It's just like Adam said, it's the same with Amber and Ilya. Like, barring, a big error or 2 or 3, like that, this is in hand for them. They just won the Grand Prix final by a huge margin.
Yeah, this is a run through for them. On the run through.
Well, I think it's like, I don't want to call it a tune-up event, but it is like, it's an opportunity for us to, okay, we've had, 6 weeks to further polish the choreography, and now we're doing it. I think nationals, you guys can speak to this too, but even me having worked behind the scenes at nationals has a different energy than other events. It's sort of a pressure cooker no matter what position you're in. So I think it's a good opportunity anyways to be like, we want to go out and do clean programs in front of this crowd at this event. So it has that benefit for them, I guess.
Let's talk about Christina and Anthony.
They got second last year. They should be second this year if they skate well. I feel like they have, I think we all agree we really like their material this year and feel like they have just continued to come into their own.
Do you feel like this is basically a championships where everyone's fighting for the third spot?
Yeah, I do.
I think it is. Yeah. But I think that if Christina and Anthony make a mistake, there are teams like Green and Parsons, Zingis and Kolesnik, and Brady and Somerville who easily, one mistake could change the podium around for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
100%. The scoring for this season, the total scores, like ranked, the best scores internationally have been Maddie and Evan, then Christina and Anthony, then Zingis and Kolesnik, then Brady and Somerville, then Green and Parsons. They're relatively close together, although Zingis and Kolesnik had like a 6-point advantage, I want to say, on Brady and Somerville, but these are, small international events, and I think last year, Brady and Somerville getting third benefits them. And I also think, Ian Somerville in person is hard to deny. We'll see. I love Zingis and Kolesnik's material, too. I actually love Green and Parsons' free dance this year as well.
It's a plethora of great teams.
I just wish we had more spots.
Yes.
Because I love a lot of these teams. The Brown siblings have actually, I feel like, improved quite a bit this season, too. And probably will increase their standing at nationals. Leah Nezit and Artem Markelov will make their senior nationals debut.
They could easily kind of find themselves in that mix, but I think definitely for them, the focus is going to be the next quad.
Yeah, and I think this is hard because it feels like, if I'm somebody at the Federation, it just feels like whoever you decide to send to Worlds in that third spot, assuming that you have Carrera and Ponomarenko in the second one, it feels like you're making a decision for the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it feels like you're setting things in stone.
It feels like that. Yeah.
Well, you're
because-
kind of declaring them the third team because
Yeah.
that's the only amount of time that you have to do that in.
and sending them to get World Championships experience. So,
Mhm.
you know, Brady and Somerville went last year and had that devastating fall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would love to see them be able to redeem that. But I could see, you know, if they don't get third, it makes sense to send someone else and see how they do.
I mean, I could
Mhm.
totally see Zingis and Kolesnik on the world team.
Me too.
I could see Green Parsons on the world team.
Me too. Totally.
Green and Parsons, I think Michael has had some injury struggles over the past year or two. Their free dance is really beautiful. I mean, Spiegel and Spiegel is a beautiful piece of music that is hard to, but they really like it. It suits them.
Okay, let's get right into it. First draft of the year, first draft of the season. You guys,
Woo.
welcome back,
did we
everybody.
decide-
Have we decided how we're doing?
Who goes first? Well, Sarah offered up a game.
I did offer up a game and I forgot that I did that.
Wait, should we just go in the reverse of like the way that Ashley was last year, I was second, Sarah
Yeah.
first. So should we
Sure,
just
we
go
can go
reverse?
in reverse order. It's on. Yeah, we'll give Ashley first pick. So everyone knows we're picking 3 skaters each in the singles discipline and 2 teams each in the pairs and dance disciplines.
Correct.
Great. Ashley, go ahead.
Ilya.
Good choice.
Very good choice. Okay, I am picking Amber Glenn.
Wait, before we go any further, I do just want to say, out of respect to Amber in her pursuit of a back-to-back title, I chose to not pick her so that I didn't curse her.
Okay, so you're choosing to curse Ilya.
Ilya doesn't...
Uncursable.
Uncursable.
Great.
Yeah.
Put that on merch.
Oh wait, I have a question. Are we
Mhm.
are we going to do this draft just in order over and over again, or are we going to snake it?
So that would mean you go and then you go one more time?
Yeah, that's a snake draft, which sometimes people do in fantasy leagues, or we can just keep going in the same order. I'm just asking. I'm not. What would you prefer?
Do snake. Why not?
Okay, so I'll pick 2 in a row then. Okay, I'll take Chalk and Bates and Carrera Ponomarenko.
Damn, you really just...
Yeah,
Took 'em.
well, she offered that up because she was going to benefit big time from the snake.
No, you'll benefit from the snake too in the end.
Yeah, much later than you.
No, literally after this pick for Adam.
I know.
You will
but
pick 2 in a row.
So wait, I never benefit from it?
No,
No.
that's why
Mm,
snakes suck.
no.
You just
You
pick
do.
more regularly.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Alyssa Liu.
I'm going to do Jacob Sanchez, and I'm going to do Zingis and Kolesnik.
Okay, Adam, you're up. And see, like, I haven't picked in, it will be 4 picks since I pick
Yeah,
again.
in the grand scheme, it's fair.
And Adam, you never go that long without picking.
I'm going with Torgashev.
I will take Sarah Everhart. And I forgot my own rules. Sarah Everhart and Ellie and Danny. I'll take Cam and O'Shea. I'll dip a toe into the pairs pool.
I am going to take Brady and Somerville.
I'm going to take Alicia and Misha, and I need to get myself some girlies. Elise Lynn Gracie.
I don't have any pairs. Maybe now would be the time. I'm going to take Audrey and Balaj.
I will take Jason Brown
Mm.
and Brady Tennell.
I am going to take Green and Parsons.
I'm going to take Sherry Zhang.
Love that pick.
Thanks. I do too. I'm going to take the Browns.
Okay. All 3 Browns are off the table. I'm going to take Max Naumov.
Okay, I will take Daniel Martinov and Lindsay Thorngren.
Wow.
I'll take Chan and Howe.
Ooh, I need another pair.
Yeah, I've been ignoring pairs. 1 minute. What else have I been ignoring?
Ashley, you need a pair.
I need a
and
pair.
you need a man
and
and you need a woman. Those are your 3 remaining
Great,
picks.
because I was looking at dance.
You have 2 dance teams.
I'm going to go with Josephine Lee, and I'm going to go with Tomoki.
I am going to go with Camden.
I think these are maybe my last 2 picks. So I need a man and a pair. So I will take I'll take Katie McBeath and Danielle Parkman, and I'll take Jimmy Ma. My final pick.
My final pick, Star Andrews.
This is getting fun.
My final pick is Grace Hans and Danny Neudecker.
Great.
And that's it. That is your Nationals draft.
May the odds be in these skaters' favor. Not in ours, but in theirs. I do not want anyone to feel cursed by us. I want them all to feel blessed by us.
Empowered.
Yes. So,
Chosen.
Godspeed, everyone.